Let me begin by telling you a story about a lovely woman named Caroline who lives in the town of Riverdale. She had a secure job as a bank clerk for a significant portion of her life, up to the point when she was allowed to fly. Since Caroline does not have an emergency savings fund, her spending will need to be cut down when she experiences for the very first time in her life an abrupt and unexpected change in the consistency of her income. There is no one that Caroline knows of who could lend her money, not even relatives or friends. She didn't even have enough money to buy food, so she had no choice but to go from place to place in search of a job. Now, ladies and gentlemen, consider yourself in her place. If you suddenly found yourself without enough money to purchase meals, what would you do? Even if having access to money is necessary for living our day-to-day lives, we still have a responsibility to set aside part of it for savings. This is due to the fact that allocating money for the future is a very important objective. Hello, thank you for joining us on this channel. This video provides helpful tips to keep your money safe through difficult times so that you don't lose it. To make a list using these pointers, all you need is some paper and a pen. Don't move from where you are since the beginning of the reminders will occur now. When no one is aware, a pandemic may arise. This took place in the year 2019. In our family, this event will result in the termination of my mother's employment. As a result of the pandemic, she has no employment. Therefore, this news completely devastated her, especially considering that the pandemic was the reason she lost her job. In spite of the fact that my mother was laid off from her work, I was the one who was hired. I learned about it through immersing myself in the area of banking, which is where cryptocurrency first emerged. In the midst of this economic catastrophe, there are thousands, if not millions, of individuals creating a fortune for themselves. Because according to what we have learned, this economic downturn will most likely evolve into a depression, which means that we must exercise extreme caution. The vast majority of us will be condemned if this occurs. However, if we are prudent with our money and make some good choices, we will not only be able to weather the storm better than everyone else, but we may also be able to set ourselves on the path to being financially independent. Do not, I repeat, do not allow yourself to get overconfident. In the midst of the pandemic craze, every day new companies sprang up on the internet. During that time, investors were eager to put money into a new venture. Nobody wants to pass on this once-in-a-lifetime chance. We are not sure if they are legit or might waste our money. So we must use our brain. Just a few years ago, the same thing occurred with cryptocurrency. When the Squid Game was hyped, a lot of tokens were derived from it and people used their advantage to invest in it to gain money. But unfortunately, it was a scam. Apps, softwares, bots, anything it takes to help us live, work, and enjoy in this new world of social alienation will be developed by business owners. And the middle class wants to get their hands there. Many of these companies will seem to alter the world, but they won't. They'll probably go bankrupt a few years down the road. Therefore, you should carefully consider the companies you back. An example to this is the Broadcast.com. That was made by Mark Cuban. He became a millionaire when market leader Yahoo bought this company for $5.7 billion. Yahoo regrets it because you already know what happened. Next, stay away from bank investments. Fixed deposit rates were already very low when the pandemic arrived. It was a struggle for them to keep up with inflation. Surely, you want your fixed deposit to rise by at least 2% or 3% annually to save money, even if you aren't expecting to become rich. What's changed today is that when the economy isn't expanding for whatever reason, a crisis has occurred. When the economy is struggling, the central bank may often reduce interest rates to rock-bottom levels in the hopes that this would spur firms to borrow money and expand. If you don't do anything, inflation will gradually eat away at your savings until they are worthless. I mean, that's kind of terrifying. It is currently occurring. At this moment, interest rates were at 0.25%, making it a losing proposition to retain one's funds in a fixed deposit. Wells Fargo, for example, is one of the few institutions that offers a measly 0.01%. Until the economy recovers from its current downturn, this is not going to change. This is happening not only in America but worldwide. So remember that don't put your money in a bank now or ever again. Third, do not let the red market scare you. It's encouraging to see that more than half of all Americans have some kind of stock market investment strategy in place. The stock market has been red for months. Even if it has improved marginally, the prognosis is still not encouraging. In these kinds of circumstances, most individuals panic. You've been saving for years only to see your investment account diminish by 30 to 40%. Most individuals, when facing a loss, choose to take their money and go. This is the root cause of its recent decline. Investors are getting rid of their holdings because they are worried about the future of their money. They want to limit their loss by withdrawing their stocks. While it would be ideal to make a withdrawal just before the market fall, the reality is that most individuals won't be that lucky. To avoid losing your investment, you should not sell. Most of these companies will likely increase in value once the market recovers, which will happen sooner or later. If they really have a quality of a good company, they will not only survive the current crisis but thrive even more than before. Don't make the same mistake as the people who bought at the top and sold at the bottom of the market. Obviously, it's like chess. You might lose, but you must think smartly to make it a win, so keep holding. Do you believe you are capable of protecting your finances from a series of rookie errors? If not, simply keep an ear out for more advice. Please subscribe, like, and comment on the reminders I provided. Now, on to the advice. Don't put all of your remaining cash into an investment. Risk only what you have to lose. Stock market has two colors, which are green and red, that means lose or gain. If you lack financial literacy, you have a greater propensity to experience financial hardship. Cut your imagination of becoming a billionaire and calculate the potential harm. If you have a family to feed, finding a way to keep up with hunger should be an immediate concern. Please don't put all your money into an investment if you've just lost your job. Consider that the market is down. What are you going to do? You'll have to sell your holdings at a loss since you need funds to keep going. Emotions play a huge role in the stock market. You need to take things slowly and make all of your choices based on facts and reasoning rather than your gut. That must be your plan. Reducing your costs is the easiest way to save money. Cash is king in times of crisis, and possibilities arise once in a blue moon. One of them might potentially cross your path. However, you won't be able to take use of it if your financial resources are insufficient. For instance, the cryptocurrency boom and many other successful enterprises. Your $1,000 investment in Amazon in 1997 is now worth $1,362,000. Although this crisis is unique, it also offers new possibilities. But to benefit from them, flat money is required. You've undoubtedly been working from home ever since the nation went into lockdown. It's likely that remote work will become the standard in the future as more companies understand they can benefit from it. Yes, you heard me. The company and you might benefit if you are working from home. Rent is a major expense for people because of this. It adds to the high cost of living. Prioritize relocating if it would allow you to maintain your current work and reduce your monthly rent by 20, 30, 40%. Since it is unclear how long the current crisis will persist, every dollar counts. In light of the limited availability of restaurants, how much money have you already saved by opting to eat in? I heard from a pal who said he cut his Starbucks spending by a significant amount. The lockdown has shown us that we can maintain our standard of living with much less expenses. This implies that we may start investing more and being financially secure might come true. In other words, put away as much money as you can. Some of us are lucky enough that we can become wealthy when presented with a chance. Some of us are not. We must take our time to research. And always remember what Moko Noana said, not wasting money is the best way to save money. That's all. Have a great day.